Hey, what is up, wrestling friends and family? Chat, Grapple, and Cheap Pops podcast is on the air. We are brought to you now by the Chat, Grapple Sports and Entertainment Network. I'm JB. Next to me, the best Chris in all of sports and entertainment networks and podcasting, Mr. Chris Dredd.
Yes.
We are here. We are live. I would say please do not swear, but I don't care. Do what you want, mate. What's going on?
Bro, a lot, fam. A lot is going on. I mean, the football season is coming to a close. We have just on the back of. I do have some news to talk to you about behind the scenes that we might be able to do another little thingamy-bob.
Behind the scenes. Okay.
I will talk to you. So because
ominous.
We are hot off the heels of doing the video with the Hertfordshire Card Show that was in the fine old town of Stevenage. We picked up a load of cool cards. We had a bloody good time. We talked to some really nice people, and we shall be doing it again. There is another Hertfordshire Card Show. We have been invited back by the lovely Nicola and her team. So we will be there again. Hertfordshire, Stevenage.
We will be back.
In your fizz ace. We'll be there. And this time, 2 rooms. So there'll be 2 rooms. And hopefully, due to our coverage, I believe, there will be more sports cards, is what I'm being told.
Oh, with any luck.
We are the online influencers that we are. We have managed to get more sports card people. Because actually, even in the comments of our video, if you look, people were asking for more sports card stuff there. So, mate, we had a bloody good day, wasn't it? You know what I mean? It was
great fun. I can't knock it. Yeah, we had a great time.
We had a great time mooching about, walking around, chatting to people, buying cards, which is obviously what we enjoy doing as well. And we have been invited back for the reboot. So it will be. And also, I have another thing I've got to chat to JB about as well. We have another videographer that is going to be with us doing the filming, because then myself and the lovely JB will get more time on camera, more time doing stuff that we love. We'll get more lovely B-roll, and they will be able to then just go around and doing loads of other cool shit that we don't even know is going on until we get the stuff to edit it. So it will be, yeah. If you thought we stepped up the video in that one, wait till you see the next one. It is going to be incredible. We've got another videographer going to be working with us. I will chat to JB about that after this show.
Yeah, here we go. Like, why not?
There's a lot of shit going on, because you know what? We work hard doing this, and we do have a laugh doing it, but sometimes it is hard work, and we get rewarded by being able to go to these events and just sort of having free reign. Like I say, Nicola and the team, they were fantastic. They accommodated us. They give us the VIP wristbands, the very important podcast wristbands. So we were able to just sort of do whatever we wanted to do, walk around, chat to whoever. We're in there like an hour before it even opened, walking around, chatting to people while they were setting up. It was grand. So, yes, we will be back for part 2. What else have we got? I mean, wrestling cards. Let's talk about wrestling. And let's talk about, very quickly, JB, about fuckers stealing content. Should we talk about that for a second?
It's something that has been bugging me. Yes, we can talk about that. Of course,
it's a shoot, kid.
So yeah, there has been a little thing online, particularly on Facebook. They obviously, this person has Instagram and Twitter as well. They decided that they were just going to copy whatever the fuck we put down. Copying the next man's homework, innit?
That's right, dude.
And I took offense to it, so messaged them. Well, originally I put a comment in Real Original, you know, someone else just put that up. So they blocked.
Yeah.
So I messaged them. They blocked that one, and they blocked on Twitter pretty quickly.
Yeah.
They or X, they blocked on everything, like everything. Right. They went whole hog just to try and block us because they were essentially stealing our shit, and that's not okay. Like, that's not something I'm going to accept. Like, lying down. HBK don't lay down for nobody.
That's right, baby. That's right.
And that's one of those things. I'm not doing it. I'm not accepting it. I don't think it's okay. And these guys can get fucked. If they don't want to talk, don't want to engage with us, and they don't want to talk to us, then they're clearly afraid. They're clearly cowards. They just steal whatever content they can find. They use tons of WWE stuff. I'm sure this is the other thing, is I'm pretty sure they make no money off of anything they do because it's all stolen content. It's all probably copyrighted. It doesn't matter how many followers you get off of it, how many likes you get off of it. It means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's all you're doing is just thieving. And what happens to thieves, Chris?
Thieves, they get slapped up, bruv. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So
slapped up, they get dealt with.
Yeah, don't steal our shit. It's not okay, man. I wasn't happy with it when I saw it, and I'm still not happy with it when I do see it. And
well, it's something that we have become. We like I say, we've been working hard. We've been putting in the graft. You specifically. With the posting and the creating the posts. And it's not all right, dude. Like and these fuckers. It wasn't just a one-off thing either. I swear they've done it after we blocked them.
After they blocked us, they kept doing it. So they've obviously got someone looking out for it.
Yeah.
Like another account or something stealing it. And it's like, fucking get a grip, lads.
Yeah. They're UK based.
Yes.
Yeah. Fucking twats.
Yeah. So
come and see us. Come and see us in Stevenage. Yeah.
Come see us anytime.
Come see us, bruv. We're here.
Yeah. So on to something slightly more positive.
WWE releases,
It's not that positive. WWE did release a shed load of talent just before SmackDown-ish on Friday. I'm not sure a lot of them released. I understand that Shotzi wasn't going to be renewed. That was the thing there. So Shotzi's not being renewed. A lot of them, were released as well. So typical, isn't it? I was just saying to Chris, I'm wearing my Monsters Are Real Braun Strowman vest, and he's gone.
He's gone.
He is bloody gone.
He's gone, children. That was a shock. That was a shock. Even Shayna Baszler was a shock for me. Dakota
Not so much for me. You know me. I'm a huge Shayna mark. But I understand that Shayna's mid-40s.
I mean, possibly.
As much as I hate to say it, she's not going to get any better. She's not going to become a bigger star than she already is or was in the WWE. It's not going to get any bigger for her. Her heel turn on Ronda Rousey was probably the biggest it got for her, and I loved it. I know you enjoyed it as well. It was live in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Connor. He says, "What's up, guys?" Connor, what's going on, mate? Appreciate you dropping in. Although I do have a bone to pick with you, Connor, on one of your videos, maybe the other day. One, you didn't tag us for a start, and two, man didn't know who Alan Shearer was. Disappointing, Connor.
That's right.
Disappointing. He did one of those like those blind rankings of Premier League players, and he put Sol Campbell in at like number 8. I wasn't happy with that either.
Fuck
Sol Campbell's number 1 in everyone's heart.
Sol Campbell.
Number 1.
Fuck Sol Campbell, yeah? Let's not get into that shit, the fucking Judas motherfucker. Let's not get into that.
Sol Campbell's a hero.
He's on one side of London, he may well be a hero. On the other side, he's a fucking heel, and he will forever be a heel.
Where were we? Shit. Who are we talking about? Oh, Shayna. We went past Shayna,
We're talking about Alan Shearer. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So, Shayna Baszler, I'm disappointed because I like Shayna, but like the fact that she's gone, it happens, you know. So one of the ones that did strike me was Gigi Dolan. I thought Gigi had potential.
Yeah, I mean, currently she's sort of been in amongst it recently. So I don't know how closely you watch NXT, but I watch it sort of every week, and you know, she's been up against it. I don't know if it's like what they called poison attraction or something, or fatal something.
Well, she was in, what's it, Toxic Attraction with
Toxic Attraction. So she's in Toxic Attraction, and the two other lasses had
which is not now.
Well, they had like a fucking title shot.
They did
recently.
Yeah.
You know, so they're sort of in and amongst it, and I was quite surprised to see Dolan in there, and also I was surprised to see Cora Jade in there. I'll be honest.
Well, one of the online publications that we don't talk about and we don't particularly enjoy, Wrestle Talk TV, cited the Wrestling Observer to say that the reason that some of these guys were let go was because of poor attitudes to training. Within minutes, Gigi had snapped back and said she'd been busting her ass 3-4 days a week in the PC and stuff like that. So it's obviously bullshit.
Yeah.
Score another one for the Observer, and anyone who aggregates his shit, anyone that decides that is the place to get all your wrestling news.
Yeah.
You know, there is another one as well. I'm not going to mention him yet because he's a bit of a prick. So, yeah.
Well, so the actual quote was, so Dave Meltzer said, many of those cut were perceived as not working hard in training. And if you don't work hard in training, there's so many people who do. And at this point, if the feeling is you're not working hard in training, I saw the term lazy. The ones who are lazy are going to be gone. And the ones who didn't stand out are going to be gone. And that was a quote from Dave Meltzer. And then Dolan snapped back, like you said, and said, when I wasn't traveling to work for either of the two companies I was working for, I trained very hard 3 or 4 days a week, bumping my ass off and doing cardio drills with one of the best, toughest coaches I've worked with, and worked out every single day with live events every other weekend. So, yeah, I don't want to hear this. The way my body feels says otherwise. And then Cora Jade, a.k.a. Elena Black, who she is now known as, obviously, on Twitter, said this, plus can't forget having to go to my own gym outside of work after strength and conditioning that wasn't doing anything for me other than getting me body shamed by my bosses, co-workers, and fans. Crazy. End quote. So who was
shaming Cora Jade?
We don't know what's been going on, fam. This is the thing. There might be shit going on backstage that we don't know about, and this is the thing. And Wayne Butler, shout out.
The big dog Wayne is here. Yeah. Basically, they released all the women that Bron Breakker smashed the back doors in. Oh.
I did actually say that the reason they released Cora Jade was because CM Punk's been smashing the life out of her, and now WWE are wanting to get CM Punk's missus in, so they had to get her out the door before, obviously, she comes in.
That is an awful allegation to throw out there.
That's right. But a lot of people were saying it, wasn't it? That like CM Punk was smashing Cora Jade, and you know,
Bron Breakker, what a stud!
What a fucking animal the guy is.
So, I mean, that myth then that they were lazy, this, that, and the other is being dispelled online in the forum as we speak. I mean, a lot of the other ones, and this is where a lot of the arguments that you see online tend to fall down. And you know, WWE is a bad place. They release talent. What they're supposed to do? Hang on to them forever?
Well, there was another.
What the fuck were Gallus doing?
Yeah, Gallus was doing fuck all.
Exactly. Like, let's be real about some of these releases. Some of them were never going to see big time wrestling on the grandest stages. You know, they're not fucking Karrion Kross, Killer Kross, who I will talk about later. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, you've got this other sort of narrative that is happening as well now with Dakota Kai was shown a video literally just before she was released with like curly hair.
Yes.
And they were like, right.
Where are we going with this?
You know where I'm going, right?
Yeah.
So is Dakota Kai in any way mixed race at all, or do we know? Huh?
Probably.
So basically, what has been said is basically, I saw a fucking video by some marks, and it said, Dakota Kai released after she shows images and videos of her with her natural curly hair, trying to play the.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah,
seriously.
But they also released Eddie Thorpe, who is actually with Dakota Kai. They're actually together as a couple, which is I thought Eddie Thorpe was sort of, they did a thing with Eddie Thorpe not that long ago where in NXT, where they take the ropes off.
Yeah, the
underground.
Yeah, you talk about, yeah, underground. Yeah.
So he was in a match and he actually won, I believe.
I don't think you'll see that much now that WWE is starting to send people to Josh Barnett's Bloodsport.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was, but that was a shock to me. Eddie Thorpe. I mean, Caden Carter and Katana.
Yeah, Caden and Katana. Yeah, it was a difficult one. I think it's again, they're going nowhere fast. Is what I'm thinking. Yes, they're on TV every now and again. Were you interested to see them when they're on TV?
I mean, they're sort of,
very bland.
Let's have a look.
If they don't get TV time, I get they can't produce personality and whatever. But what does that do? Like, you can't hold on to talent.
They were NXT. They were NXT champions, Caden Carter and Katana Chance. But I thought Caden Carter was with
Priest.
Priest. Yeah. I thought they were actually boyfriend
might well be.
and girlfriend. So yeah, I mean they did quite a lot of videos together.
Lots of TikToks, yeah,
stuff like that. And stuff like that. But again, how old would you say Caden Carter is?
I don't know, 30?
She's 36.
Wow, okay. Didn't know that, but
yeah. So I didn't know that either. Caden Carter and Katana Chance. So Casey, so she's 35 as well. Katana Chance is 35. So
I mean, the other thing is, we don't know how many of these were contract expiries and stuff, but the energy in the room is one of the double standard as usual, because I don't remember seeing this much care and upset over the releases of Abaddon, Layla Hirsch, and Zach Knight.
No, has Abaddon gone?
Abaddon's been released or a contract's expired. Layla Hirsch the same. Zach Knight the same. Right. Soraya was given a release.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, of course, there's not the same energy, and there's never going to be the same energy, is there? Because this is these fucking basement dwelling, fucking.
It's what it is. It's so. It's almost infuriating to read the bullshit that these guys create just to farm engagement. Yeah. They have to use the letters WWE. They have to use some sort of WWE clip, Fed or something like that, because no one will listen to it otherwise. Everyone will just scroll past it. But when they do that and say, "Oh, the Fed's terrible. The Fed's racist," it's against some sort of marginalized community.
Well, he was saying,
Jesus
like,
fucking well.
yeah, like that tweet. It was like, oh, so WWE have just released, or the cult Fed have just released all of their LGBTQ talent. Have they?
Yeah.
Have they? I don't think so, mate. So they released who?
That's a headline that gets them clicks, and that's a headline that gets them that form of engagement, and it's almost it's engagement because they're desperate,
mate,
desperate for validation, desperate for engagement. I think a lot of these fucking accounts are all the same. I genuinely do. I think they all breed off of each other, and they feed off of each other with their really shit takes, and it goes one after the other with these terrible. I shouldn't use the word terrible takes, but because that's not what we say here. That's somebody else's gimmick.
That's not our gimmick, man. We don't want to.
Yeah, but the takes are fucking awful, and they get amplified by even bigger morons than the moron that said it before.
Yeah,
and I struggle to get through the day sometimes reading that shit. Like, as much as you try and you mute yourself from it, it always ends up back on your timeline, and I think, fucking hell, like, this is enough.
So why did they release Braun Strowman, do you think?
It's a good question. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, he was doing okay. He was main event was he main event Saturday night's main event? Or I can't remember now.
It was something recent. Yeah. So again, that's one that I was scratching my head about that one. I was scratching my head about Braun Strowman because, one big SOB, like
it was,
he just had new T-shirts made. The one big SOB, it was.
Yeah, it's tough. Like but again, like, they probably would have looked at it in ways and thought, all right, how much are we paying him? How much are we going to use him in the next few months?
Yeah.
Is it worth keeping him and paying him for the amount of time we're going to use him? And the answer ended up being no.
No. Yeah. And because
wrestling's a tough business. It's feast or famine sometimes.
But also you've got to think they've now, a lot of the main event rosters are getting quite old, right?
Yeah.
So you've got to look at the fact that now they've got the LFG people coming through. They've got the or LFT, is it? Legends of Future Talents people coming through. They've got Evolve people coming through. They've got.
I think we're in a race now for both companies to see who can create the biggest stars. You can say AEW is as far behind as it is, but they're in exactly the same position as they were 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
No new creations, no big stars. No, you've got the same guys on TV as you had 3 years ago.
You don't need to create new stars when you've got him.
No, I get it. Yeah, you've got Jericho, but my point on this is that AEW is fast becoming WCW.
Well, yeah.
In 95, 96, 97, even 98, when they're still majorly successful, they've got the same guys on top in 2000.
Yeah.
And the show is, and the reviewings and all that is falling off a cliff. It might have already fallen off the cliff for AEW. I'm not listening to this bullshit about where one journalist says that the max numbers add 500,000 onto your ratings. Fuck off.
Yeah, no,
that's fucking lie.
Yeah,
don't piss in my milk and tell me it's orange juice.
That's right. That's right.
Don't be a fucking fool for this. And straight away, again, it boils down to what goes on online, because people will report this as fact.
Yeah.
When one person reported it with no sources, nothing to back it up, and these fucking inbred imbeciles are typing up, oh, it's 1 million. 1 million views they got this week. No, they fucking didn't. It's reported as 500,000, 600,000. Don't tell me it's 1.1 mil when it ain't.
That's right.
AEW is falling down the pecking order again with their viewings and their ratings, and they are trying to push the same fucking people down the throats of these fans.
Yeah,
it's only the diehards that are turning up now because they're running the smaller buildings, like we suggested.
Yeah.
We suggested that. Yeah. Whether or not anyone heard it, I don't know. Maybe they just finally had to, bite the bullet on that. But we said that. We also said about getting your AEW guys on mainstream television, something that WWE do and did recently.
Yeah.
By sticking Triple H out there on Sunday fucking Kitchen.
That's right. And that was specifically one of the shows that we suggested.
We did. Now, we said that.
That can't be a coincidence, bro. We literally said
it's pure coincidence. But
it literally we said you're doing a tour in Britain, you're doing an English UK tour, get your main event talent on Sunday Kitchen, on fucking Bargain Hunt or whatever, Dickinson's Real Deal. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, get them on those shows.
But yeah, my point is that AEW is going to become much like WCW with the same stars on top in the same positions doing the same shit, and that includes the Bucks. I don't want to say it includes Kenny Omega because I think he can be much greater than what he's doing. They've piled a shit ton of money into Okada to have him piss around and do this and slap people on the head. He can be worth more. There's so much more. Swerve ain't going to be the guy. As much as, I don't mind Swerve, he ain't going to be the guy because he's alienated half of his fucking fan base.
Yeah, but
and we know which side he's alienated.
Yeah, but also what he's done now as well, he's burnt a bridge when it comes to WWE now, if there was ever going to be any sort of return, because when he was chatting about Booker T and
yes, I saw that, yeah.
There's a lot of shit that went on there. But can we also talk about TNA? Because
we can, but I just need to bring up one more guy from
Go
AEW.
Go for it.
And it's the one who thinks he's a massive heel. He thinks he's the biggest heel on television.
Okay.
And online. Our old buddy, Rick O'Shea.
Oh, Rick O'Shea.
Fuck me, he is an insufferable bore.
Oh, he's a fucking...
Do not tell me that's heel work. Do not tell me, you hate him because he's a heel. No, I hate him because he's fucking boring.
Yeah.
Now I know why they didn't let him speak.
Yeah.
Now I know why they only let him do, the occasional flip and, spectacular move. Because it's all he's fucking worth.
Yeah. He's got no charisma, is he?
His wrestling brain isn't there. All he gets to work a million flips with Ospreay. What else?
That's right.
What else is he doing?
He's got no tangible sort of character, is he? He's got no.
There's nothing for anyone to attach to apart from he's bald and he's a fucking bellend.
And
they're a dime a dozen, mate.
I don't know what fucking Samantha sees in him, to be honest. Like
I want to know who's advising her as well.
Yeah, but that is another lead-in. Who's advising her as well? She could have still been the voice of WWE. She could have, right? And now she's singing.
Yeah, Mania weekend, she's singing on the Indies.
It's fucking crazy, dude. I swear to you. Before she started singing, there was a meat raffle.
Maybe she announced the meat raffle. I don't know, but she was singing as the match was going on. I'm like, oh, this is it, is it?
This is crazy.
Horrendous.
When you look at like a fall from grace, when you look at, and I'm sorry, Samantha was still in WWE after Ricochet was let go, right? Yeah. She left because of him. I'm certain of it.
That's fine. They're together, right?
She could have carried on doing what she was doing and still been the voice of WWE. Everyone still loved her. They thought she was great. She did her job well. Yeah. She was part of the show, and she could have integrated herself more in a gradual way. But she didn't. Maybe, I don't know. She didn't want to politic her way in and start doing stuff. But who's that other lass now that has started? Who does the backstage interviews?
Kathy Kelly, maybe.
Kathy Kelly. So Kathy Kelly, I think, is starting to sort of do a few more bits now as well. So there is scope for people like your ring announcers and your backstage interviewers to start doing gradually more stuff. But maybe Samantha, I think she left because of Rick O'Shea. And now she's released a music video. Have you seen the music video? She's on OnlyFans now.
I have not seen the video. We do not own OnlyFans account, so I would have no idea.
So apparently she's got an OnlyFans now, and she's released a music video of her literally singing and shaking her ass. You know, which is, look, she can sing, fine, that's great. Okay, I'm not saying that she's not a good singer or whatever, but
yeah.
You know, she's spending her money on these music videos when, you know, where's it going? Where's it going? But you know, a lead on from that would be talking about TNA. When you talk about AEW, when AEW had the partnership with TNA, literally all AEW did, and the way it was booked was it literally shat all over AEW, all over TNA people. And you had I'm almost certain, I want to say that AEW talent actually beat TNA talent for the TNA titles at some point. I want to say Kenny Omega.
Connor, I appreciate you, mate.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
You got to tag us next time.
I mean, obviously, growing up in the UK and growing up with the Premier League, I mean, we know some random.
Man, we know your Ali Diaz and your
sorry, you know, Chris Kawamya,
your Klaus Lindegvams. Yeah, we know more, man. We know more. We can tell you all about, you know, tell us about the greatest strikers you've ever seen. You know, we can tell you about the Klinsmans and the Christopher Rays of this world.
That's right.
You know how great was David Ginola,
mate. I was going to say
he could beat a man any way he wanted.
That's right. That's right.
That's not me being weird.
Tony Yeboah, you know what I mean?
Don't, man, don't. They're golden years.
The golden years. Tony Yeboah, you know what I mean?
Smacking one in off the bar.
That's right, bro. Trust me. Yeah, Trevor Sinclair, you know what I mean?
Don't tell me this. No, come on now.
All right. Anyway, enough of footballers from the Premier League.
We'll do a football show soon. Promise.
We will. We do one for the end of the season. We'll have an end of season party. We'll have like an end of season sort of signing off the year on the Chat Grapple Sports and Entertainment Network. We'll do a live football show where we can have a load of people coming in, telling us what they thought about the season, what they think is going to happen next season. We'll do one of them. But yeah, leading on, like I say, I'm almost certain that AEW had put their own talent over TNA talent in that sort of working relationship that they had. But what you see with WWE and the TNA relationship is, and again, this was another talking point. You've got these people that they don't understand wrestling. They don't understand, they don't understand wrestling, bro. They don't. I just saw Munsey's fucking comment.
Well, if we can cut you just for a second, Chris. Munsey has jumped in, and as always, we appreciate everyone that pops in. So, and that includes you, Munsey. We know you're a United fan, but we appreciate you coming in. How can you wear that shirt? I mean, it's Braun Strowman, man. I'm showing love to Braun Strowman. Come on. What's the matter with you?
Honestly, Munsey's just shitting it because he might have to face us in the fucking Europa League final, and we've already beaten him 3 times this season.
Big up yourself, Munsey.
Big up yourself, big man. So yeah, we're talking about the TNA WWE partnership. These fuckers that just chit chat, and they don't understand wrestling. If you can't understand what the WWE have done for someone like Joe Hendry, if you can't understand,
absolutely incredible,
you know what they've done for him and how he has embraced what they've given him and done, you know, for a man who's in TNA, he was the TNA champion or whatever.
So I thought you was going to say when a man
fights another man, like. Yeah. When you've got a guy like Joe Hendry, I mean, we've met the man, right? We've met the man. We fucking loved it.
We did.
It was fucking fantastic. So, when you meet the guy has been grinding. He's been working really hard. They saw something in the whole online thing that was going on. His song, everything that's happened, they've jumped. Yes, boys!
Yes, Champagne Wrestling. What's happening?
Yes, boys. So, if you couldn't see that what they've done, they took him and they put him in the Rumble first. Okay, he was in the Rumble, and then he gets the opportunity of a fucking lifetime, dude. Some people are saying that I say some people, the AEW hardcore marks are saying that they fucking buried him. It's like,
I saw that rubbish.
Are you insane?
I saw that rubbish.
Are you insane? Bro, he got to wrestle against fucking the Viper.
It's Randy Orton. Yeah, you get a shot at Randy Orton at a WrestleMania. It don't matter if you go in 2 minutes or 10 minutes. You're in there.
But
you get a huge pop. You get everything. Pop. Yeah. Don't tell me anyone's buried when they get to do that. They get to showcase themselves at WrestleMania against one of the biggest names of the last 25 years.
Mate, unbelievable. And when you have and possibly the next WWE heavyweight champion, because I think he probably might beat Cena at some point. But anyway,
we'll see, man. We'll see.
I digress. When you have Randy Orton doing your gimmick, and giving you that little rub, right? When you've got Randy Orton doing the fucking turn and then into the... Come on, man. Like, you can't tell me that isn't just the ultimate rub. It is just... you can't get any...
Yeah.
How they're building... how they're building him and helping him and then integrating him into NXT and then having, him and Trick Williams doing this whole thing where Trick Williams turned up at the TNA event.
He did, yeah.
And then attacked him and fucking, the crossover is fantastic. It's phenomenal to me. It's phenomenal to me that these people can't grasp the concept of what wrestling is, because it's not always about the win and the lose. It is sometimes, of course, but
yeah.
Did you ever expect that Joe Hendry was going to go to WrestleMania and beat Randy Orton? That wasn't the idea or the purpose of it. The purpose with it was to give Randy something fucking fun to do on his 20th thing, because whatever happened with KO and stuff like that, and he's obviously, I think they've done fantastic. When I was here, we were downstairs. Shout out to Matty and Mike. We were watching fucking WrestleMania and we were waiting to see. I had no idea who it was going to be. I thought it was going to be either Nick Aldis or fucking Solo Sikoa. And then when it just say his name and he appears, I was like, what the fuck? Genuine pop. You know what I mean? And
we're Joe Hendry guys.
We are Joe Hendry guys. We're Joe Hendry guys.
Admittedly, we are big Joe Hendry marks. So
I have a Joe Hendry signed guitar, mate. I'm almost certain no one in the world fucking has one of those.
The Joe Hendry signed guitar is one of one, isn't it?
It is one of one.
Munsey says his match was still better than some of the other WrestleMania matches. Yeah, it's true. So some of them didn't hit, did they?
Yeah.
Wayne can't wait for the WrestleMania trading cards to come out with the one of one patches in. Yeah, I mean, they do look rather special, don't they?
There are a set of cards. We're card guys. We're card guys. We
definitely
are now. There is a new set of WWE cards coming out, and they are going to have the debut patches in
debut and the WrestleMania patches. Yeah.
Yes. So there was some people that debuted on Raw or SmackDown the other day from NXT.
Yeah, there was some. Yeah.
And apparently they were seen wearing the patches. It was Julia.
What about returns? Do you reckon returns get those? Do you reckon Rusev and Aleister Black get theirs? get patches. I don't know. Like,
I mean,
nice,
let's talk about that for a second as well. I mean, you can see what's happening in WWE, right? You can see that you've got these younger talents that are coming through, or these newer talents that are coming through. I will never fucking back. I'm a huge fucking Stephanie Vaquer mark. I've been a fucking Stephanie Vaquer fan. We fucking,
Yeah, we spoke about this before. Like, I think more privately of how much we are. Like, yeah, we are big fans.
Oh, dude, she is. What can I say? She is one of the most. She's one of the most smooth, smooth and talented.
It says a lot that she is holding the championship and not Julia.
Yeah, dude.
I think it's very telling.
Yeah.
And Julia's amazing.
Yeah. But she's again, Stephanie Vaquer's got that sort of that star fucking. She comes out with the horns and the way she carries herself, the way she works in the ring. I mean, they're both fantastic, and the fact that they both came in and they both got gold, and then Stephanie Vaquer ended up with both of them, but you can see this thing, what is happening, because Stephanie Vaquer was allowed to basically pick where she wanted to go. When she came in, they said, look, what do you want to do? You can go wherever the fuck you want. And initially she did say the main roster, but then she thought about it and she said, no, I'll go to NXT. And she has basically elevated that. I mean, not that the women's division in NXT wasn't already a very good standard, but her carrying and holding that belt and then them taking the NXT feuds onto the main shows is just phenomenal, because you've got Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, Roxanne Perez, all of them on the main shows, which is fucking brilliant.
Okay. So, Connor, big up to you guys for doing these live shows. Just comes into bullshit. Connor, we will have you on at some point when we talk football. We got to have the American view, haven't we? Like, we can't just be talking about Alan Shearer and them lot.
I just love MLS. I love the fact of how it is now becoming a lot better. It is, you had Beckham, you got fucking Messi, you got some real fucking talent over there.
Big up the Columbus crew, yeah.
Big up, yeah. So yeah, shout out Connor. We'll have him on for sure.
So a TikTok of Hendry and the Hardys form some sort of trio. Don't know if it'd be permanent. I mean, why not? I doubt it'll be permanent because he's the world champion over in TNA. But the Hardys are still hanging in there, man. They're hanging tough in TNA. I appreciate that. That's always good to see. As long as they're fit and healthy, and that, let's keep the Hardys around. Shots are being fired. Yeah. Vaquer greater than Mercedes.
Yeah, I mean, there's no argument there. There's none. There's no argument there. There's none. There's no argument there at all. Vaquer is 100% better. She, Mercedes Moné, when she was Sasha Banks, she was in some great matches, but it was always about who she was working with. They would work together to have good matches. Stephanie Vaquer, she's the one dominating. She's the one elevating that division, and every time I watch NXT or and she wrestles, the chat. Do you know what pissed me off though? And I think they mentioned it as well in WrestleMania. You had Charlotte Flair trying to do fucking Stephanie Vaquer's move, the kiss of death thing, where she gets their head between the legs.
Now, it's something that has been used before, so I'm not. I saw it and I'm not gonna argue too tough on this, but I will say if it is on one show or wherever, like a move like that needs to be kept special, not to be used by anyone else. If someone else is using it and has taken it to another level, don't start bringing it into your repertoire. Yeah, like to diminish it. Yes. And it is. I know you wouldn't call it a high spot, but it does get the high spot treatment because Booker T is.
Oh yeah, man! Yeah. Oh yeah, man! Mate, I'll tell you what, right? Charmel must dig him out when he goes home. I swear to God.
Why? He's making the best of the thing. Like, who would have thought Booker T would have been one of the main commentators on WWE's programming?
Yeah.
I always, you expect to hear JBL, stuff like that. Honestly, doesn't watch a lot of wrestling anymore, but TNA, NXT, being partners, having feuds cross between shows. It's interesting. And to get all the TNA shows, it's only $160 a year. I mean, what's that? That's not too bad, I suppose.
I mean, there are ways. There are ways.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
So
yeah, we don't talk about them things.
About them things there. You can see what's happening in WWE. You can see that they've got these people like Julia, Stephanie Vaquer, Roxanne Perez, Sol Ruka, Sol Ruka.
What a talent! What a breakout she had!
Phenomenal.
Stand and deliver, yeah,
phenomenal. Sol Ruka, you've got some real good young talent coming through there. You've got also the other young lass from TNA, always on the cycle. Jordan Grace. You've got her coming through as well.
And she can go. Like, I mean, yeah, we've made jokes in the past, but she can go. There's no reason as to why she can't be a big name in NXT or WWE. Like, it's
so you've got all of this young talent, female talent, but you've also got some other talent coming through. You've also got I literally was just about to say, and Connor's
we're just getting there.
Literally, and then you're going to have an influx as well now of talent coming through from AAA. That acquisition there, AAA is sort of, it's legacy of Lucha Libre and that sort of style of wrestling. The wrestlers they had when they announced it, you had, your Stephanie Vaquer, you've got Rey Fenix, you've got Penta, you've got Rey Mysterio, you've got Fantasma, Legado del Fantasma, and all that. You know what I mean? You've got the LWO, you've got what's his name, who was married to Flair. El Idolo,
Andrade,
Andrade. You've got that sort of Mexican South American connection there in WWE anyway.
Big one.
It'll be phenomenal to see, and you're going to have people like Penta, Phoenix, and all that.
And you've also got one of the greatest wrestlers of Latino descent in any form of wrestling right now, Dirty Dom Mysterio.
And El Grande Americana. You know what I mean?
Huge talent.
As Connor's just saying, he's not Chad Gable, Connor.
What's a Chad Gable in a lucha?
Chad Gable is not. It is El Grande Americano, mate. Come on, bruv. That is not Chad Gable. Come on, have a word with yourself.
I've seen Chad Gable and El Grande Americano in the same place at the same time. It's for two very different people.
Yeah. We saw it. We've seen it.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
Next, you'll be saying that, Macho Man Randy Savage was Mr. Madness on house shows in 1991.
And that Hulk Hogan was fucking the what's it?
No, I'm not having that. Come on. Like, these narratives that have been built and to spread filthy lies about masked wrestlers is shameful.
Yeah.
Shameful. And I think we should move on as quickly as possible so that no one can try and come back at us and try and, spread more of this filth.
That's right. There's no way.
No way.
you know, the it's real good things happening in WWE at the moment, and they're trying to get all this young talent coming through and coming up. And I'll tell you what,
the one that hurt the AEW fans the most was Vikingo turning up at WrestleMania.
Oh, crazy! Absolutely.
All of a sudden, he's no good.
Yeah. Like instantly, bro. Like instantly.
Yeah.
But again, Vikingo was another one who was there when they announced the whole AAA thing. You know,
it'd be interesting to see how they deal with Del Rio. Or, El Patron.
El Patron, yeah. You know, we would have.
I think they're gonna bin him.
You reckon?
I think so. I think it might be that they'll see him as too much of almost too hot to touch. You know, like some things you can maybe think, oh, it might come good in the end, but I don't see it happening. And I think they'll just quietly get rid of him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility, mate. Yeah, it's a possibility. I mean, I would have loved to have had him on for a chat, man, because there was a lot of ins and outs and what have yous.
Not like we didn't try.
Huh?
Not like we didn't try.
No, we tried. It's not always easy to get guys on. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the AAA acquisition. Because again, there will be some wrestlers coming through from AAA, some young'uns, some more but you know, they're slowly moving these younger talents through up to the roster because you've got the guys. At the football today at halftime as well, just a quick one. At the football at halftime, the West Ham Tottenham game today, the first song that came on at halftime was Cody Rhodes' fucking music.
I mean, it's a nod. I suppose it is a nod to our guy Pete over at Arsenal, who's been doing it for a very long time,
playing the wrestling music.
At the start of the second half. So, yeah.
Shout out
at West Ham, was it?
It was at West Ham, yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, I know. Fucking scumbags. But yeah, like I say, there's a lot of young talent coming through. I am extremely impressed with Logan Paul. People can genuinely hate him as a person or whatever you want to say, but
big in Japan, yeah.
Huh?
Big in Japan.
Big in Japan, bruv. Like I say, even Dirty Dom Mysterio said you should turn up with the fucking hat. It'd be a massive hill. Yeah. It's just that Dirty Dom's the man.
So Dirty, cold.
He's just absolutely just phenomenal, dude. Like, do you know what? After this, I'm going to watch that clip again because I tell you what, it was absolutely phenomenal. You had Logan Paul just sitting there like, bro, like... He's like, yeah, if you can go wrestle in Japan, go with like the whole hat and everything, like be a proper heel.
I think he's banned from Japan, and he was like that.
It's like fucking crazy, dude. Dom giving it with the turn up with the hat and everything, like so good.
Yeah,
but you've got that talent coming through. So that's what's happening in WWE at the minute. They're going to be replacing a lot of their older wrestlers. A lot of them coming through. We've got a good tag team division coming through. Don't get me wrong. I love, yes, boys. I think they're going to be, you know, Pretty Deadly are a fantastic tag team. You know, you've got a lot of good stuff happening. A lot of good young teams coming through. We love to see it. We've got the LFT stuff happening. We've got Evolve stuff, people coming through. Smiley Kylie Ray as well, who apparently remember the whole thing that something happened in AEW, possibly.
Yeah, don't mention what are those things called?
NDAs.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jericho. Yeah. Anyway.
Do you get what I'm saying? So it's again. You know, there's a lot when they talk about AEW and WWE and what's happening in either company. It's sort of night and day, isn't it? Really?
Yeah,
it's night and day. The difference.
Yeah, you're talking about the tag team division, with like the Motor City Machine Guns and stuff like that. It's going to be, Street Profits look great. That the TLC match on SmackDown was incredible.
Dude.
Incredible stuff.
That was on free TV. I was on Netflix for free. One of the matches of the year already.
Yeah, really
phenomenal match. Phenomenal match.
So I wanted to break off for a minute, and I need you to explain this to the world because we have these.
Yeah.
What the hell are super chats? How does it work?
So, from what I can gather, super chats are where you can pay anything from what? £1?
I don't know, mate.
And basically we like to incorporate our chat and the comments in the show anyway. But when you've got, say, for example, we do this football thing, got to get that cheap plug in. Got to.
Cheers.
When you, when you've got a lot of people in the chat and it's going so quickly, we can't always talk to everybody. So when we, for example, do this end of season chat grapple Sports and Entertainment Network end of season special, we're probably going to have quite a few people in the chat. But if you want to get a specific question answered by myself or my main man JB, you're going to want to, if you want to get a point across, you can chuck in $1 or $5 or whatever, as Connor is saying there. We will happily take that, Connor. So, that the super chats are basically a way for a very busy chat to get people in their question on the screen, from what I can gather.
Comment. Or insult, or anything you feel like. Yes.
Anything you like. Yes. So we are taking super chats. You can do it. You can do them.
So in a way, like, it does move on to the next bit. We will eventually be talking about things like memberships, and it will be, and we have spoke about this at length, I think, between us, and it will be the cheapest membership you could possibly get.
Oh yeah, it will be, absolutely.
It will literally, be the cheapest one we can figure out.
Yeah.
And you will, and this is when we'll do things like more watch-alongs, because, it seems like people quite like that watch-along we did with Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks. So,
yeah.
We'll do more of that. We'll be doing as much as we can to fill your hearts with chat grapple and cheap pops.
That's right. Absolutely.
It sounds weird, but
we've got ideas that we're working on. We've got stuff that we're working on. We've got bits in the pipeline. So it'll be like £1.
That's it. Yeah. Connor, you nail on the head. It'll be something like that. Like, we won't be dicking around with, we're not the $4.99 a month types. We're not Meltzer or Sap or any other dork that thinks that they're big time Charlie in this world.
Dude, for us, all right, if we can get 200 people over the whole globe to pay us £1 a month, right?
If we get 2 people to do it, it'll be hilarious.
Absolutely. But, stuff like that, all of that money that we get, like, even, for example, the money that we've made on different platforms, okay? Any of that money we've pretty much just put straight back into the podcast, because we've bought boxes of cards, and we did the card video where we spent money on wrestling cards and stuff. So a lot of the money that we get is just getting plowed straight back into the
we're doing our best now to make sure it recycles into the podcast. It's not just money that's, blown on nothing.
That's right.
We're doing it to improve the show. So if you have seen the episode where we go to the card show, in Stevenage, in our hometown, you'll have seen, a lot of different moves, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, as cutting and strutting as best as we can.
That's right.
And yeah, we had a lot of fun filming it, and it was a half day's work, and
yeah,
why shouldn't we be compensated for that?
That's right. But like you say, the money that we did get from any of that has gone straight back into the podcast anyway, because straight away we spent money on buying cards. We bought extra cards as well. We've bought boxes of cards where we did the openings, and the NXT cards, the selects, and the Tops Chrome. So all of that money is from what we got from the other platforms. I've got
some WrestleMania cards that need openings as well. So
very,
very cool.
All of that money we're pumping back into the show. So it's not just getting squandered on, kebabs and, Tony Khan's, South American marching powder. That's not what we spend it on.
Well, okay.
Not all of it.
Not this time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Connor said the card video is fun to watch. I have a whole box of football, baseball, and college football cards somewhere. I mean, card shows are a big thing, man. Like, if you're looking to expand your own channel, like, go for it. Like, there's nothing stopping you from doing what you want and turning it into something that makes you money whilst you sit at home.
Right.
That's a goal, isn't it? It's a big goal.
Right. We're going to keep pushing. We've got, like I say, we've got a whole. We won't spoil it too much, but we have a setup coming where myself and JB will be side by side. Man on man action. We'll be sitting next to each other in a nice, lovely setup where we were going to be doing possibly some membership content, some extra other clips for YouTube and stuff like that. So we're working on stuff at the moment. We're doing bits right now.
When he says he's got a nice setup, he means silk sheets.
That's right, baby.
Fluffy pillows.
That's right.
And we are, bare chested.
That's right.
Skin on skin.
That's right.
Party time.
That's right. It'll be like Edge and what's his name in the ring. Under the covers.
I don't think that's going to be an episode.
No, that'd be membership content.
I'm annoyed that no one suggested Chicken Shop Wrestling Chat, because we could do that really well.
Oh, mate, nice.
You're just yamming wings.
That's right.
Why not?
That might be a thing. Chicken Shop Wrestling Chat. Soon come.
So, have you got anything else you want to talk about in the wrestling world? Anything you've seen? Anything you've come across?
I mean, it's again. It almost always boils down to people saying stupid shit online. Almost always.
Yeah, literally, it becomes a real big part of the show, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You might have to do one of those stupid tweets episodes again. Like, it was a thing, and it was fun, and we found a lot of really stupid tweets. We could expand it to Facebook posts, because I've seen a lot of them as well.
Yeah, there's a lot
really shit ones.
Yeah. Cringy. Shout out to Cringy Wrestling on Facebook. There's a lot of them that get posted on there. So yeah, I mean, we can do that for sure.
Yeah. So, like I said, if you got anything you want to add to this, or do we do the wrap up?
I think we can wrap it up, baby.
Okay. So, with that, we will say, it's been over an hour, so we say thank you to anyone who stayed locked in the whole time. It's been a ton of fun. I think it's like 90% of the people that watch our stuff, if you haven't subscribed, like the 90% people watch our stuff,
Yeah.
please hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you feel that way too. If you want to comment, say something, say anything, tell us you hate us. I don't care. It's all good. If you are a social media maverick, join us on Facebook, where you can like our Chat Grapple and Cheap Hops Facebook page. There's tons of there's a daily content on there, daily.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee that personally. Daily content on the Chat Grapple and Cheap Hops Facebook page. There's also the X page where it's mainly just us ranting and raving and moaning, like occasional joke here and there, and where we get to keep up with our good buddies. Like
there's a few jokes. Takes. Yeah, I mean we always like to have a few jokes on X. That's sort of generally when I post anything to Twitter, it's always some jokey shit.
It's where Chris comes to life on social media.
I just it's always jokes, man. Always jokes.
So you can join us on any of those things, especially Facebook. Join the 13,000 strong that are already there, enjoying what we have to post for them. If you're listening, 5 stars always. Give us that Meltzer rub. Nothing quite like a Meltzer rub. Just ask Tony Khan. 2 hands.
That's right. Pepper grinder.
Pepper grinding with a Gluck.
That's right.
Absolutely awful.
You know it.
Yeah. So with that in mind, I will end it there with the pepper grinding Glucking. Perfect. So with that, I'm JB. Next to me, the best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts, and obviously part of the Chat Grapple Sports and Entertainment Network. This Chat Grapple and Cheap Pops podcast. Catch Hotspur Havoc. Catch Football with JB. Catch Adventures with Mr. and Mrs. B. Catch Booster Box Battles.
Yeah.
See, I knew it. See, I'm going to end up doing that like you did the podcast thing.
Yeah, dude.
Catch all of them, all in this one place on the Chat Grapple Sports and Entertainment Network. And for that, stick around. There's going to be so much coming over the course of the summer. You're going to hate it. There's going to be so much fucking content. So with that, I say thank you so much for sticking around. This has been Chat Grapple and Cheap Pops podcast live. I'm JB, the best Chris in all of wrestling podcast next to me. Guys, we appreciate you all. We love you all. Take care. We will see you next time.
Peace.